Hello guys, Brad here again with another fragrance video. Today I want to do a video called Top 10 Negative Associations with Fragrances. The reason I thought I would do this video today is because I know there's a lot of different fragrances out there, and some of them don't ring very well with certain people because of certain notes in these fragrances. Everybody's different. Most people don't love everything they smell. Some people hate certain fragrances when they smell them. If you're a fragrance enthusiast like me, you might like to blind buy fragrances or buy fragrances as gifts. And it's always risky to do that because you just never know when you might run into something that you don't like, or if it's a gift, something that somebody else won't like. So I thought I would go through 10 different things that can trip somebody up when you buy a fragrance in certain cases. Number one, the ex-boyfriend slash ex-girlfriend effect. We all know what this is. You have a bad relationship, but you remember the fragrance that person wore, so now whenever you smell that fragrance, it has a negative impact. For guys, it could be Dracar Noir, it could be Brut, Curve, it could be Polo, it could be pretty much anything, especially something that's been around for a few years and has a popular sales. So very risky sometimes to buy those types of fragrances because you just never know who's going to react negatively in those situations. Number two, citrus. A lot of fragrances have citrus notes in them, but some people aren't fans of citrus. I think because there's a negative association with toilet bowl cleaners, floor cleaners, cleaning products in general often have a citrus accord that could remind you of a fragrance, or a fragrance could remind you of the cleaning product. So that's never a good thing if you have a toilet bowl cleaner that reminds you of a fragrance, and then you buy that fragrance, or somebody has that fragrance on and you like, oh man, that smells like my toilet bowl cleaner. Not a good thing. Number three, mint. Mint can be a tricky one. If you brush your teeth, use Tic Tacs, chew gum, you know mint is a very popular ingredient in those types of products, and sometimes mint can remind you of that. People don't want to smell like they've been chewing gum. They want something that smells fresh and clean, but not usually in a toothpaste kind of way. Number four, I'm going to group civet, oud, and musk as one category because sometimes these notes can have a body odor effect, or like a sweaty smell to them, which is sort of counterproductive for a lot of people because when you wear a fragrance, you don't want to smell like body odor. You're trying to smell clean and fresh, not like you just got done playing 4 hours of basketball. So yeah, those notes can be tricky. Number five, coffee. I love coffee in fragrances sometimes, but sometimes coffee can be a tricky note because you don't want to smell like coffee breath. If you have a spouse or a parent or a sibling, friend, or whatever that drinks a lot of coffee and you smell their breath after they've had coffee, I can turn you off to coffee fragrances as well. So coffee can be tricky. Tread lightly on the coffee. Same with number six, tobacco. If you mix tobacco with cherry or vanilla, it can smell very seductive and nice. But sometimes certain tobacco fragrances can smell like a dirty smoking jacket or something like that. So tobacco can be tricky. Always test out your tobaccos before you make the final purchase. Number seven, I'm going to say Petrol. I'm not really sure if Petrol was listed as a note sometimes, but certain fragrances do smell like gasoline, and I think the perfect example is Dior's Fahrenheit. And if you have a fragrance that smells like gasoline, some people might associate that with a dirty garage or a lawnmower engine or something like that. Might not be a good thing. I think a lot of people love Fahrenheit, but some people might be turned off by that gasoline smell. Number eight, rose. A lot of guys in the community love rose. Me, not so much. There are a couple of nice rose fragrances, but they have to be blended perfectly. Rose can smell like an old lady if it's not blended properly, so be careful with rose. Number 9, iris. Iris is a popular note in a lot of Prada fragrances, a lot of the Dior Homme fragrances. In some cases, iris can smell like soap. Sometimes it can smell like makeup or a purse. So make sure you're okay with that before you purchase an iris fragrance. And finally, number 10, I'm going to go with patchouli. I know a lot of people that I work with don't like patchouli. I think they associate patchouli with like a hippie. I think there's like an oil that people can put in their hair, especially if they have like the dreads, things like that. They can make patchouli fragrances have a hippie effect. So those are my 10 for this list. Please comment down below if you have fragrance notes that you have negative associations with. There's some other things I could have listed, plastic and rubber notes, for example. But comment down below if there's something that you've smelled that you don't like because of a negative association, such as what I've talked about before here. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.